Hey, my name's Chris. I am a mother of three boys, and I'm at one of their sporting events right now. And true to me, this is when I have a gap to quickly do a 5 minute or less. What does it look like to be a brand partner and run my own business with Young Living? Um, well, it looks like this in some aspects. Being able to take time out of a busy day and come watch one of my boys play cricket, which is a sport that now takes 2.5 hours of my afternoon, twice to three times a week, depending on who is playing. So if you hear them in the background, that's what's happening. But I wanted to tell you a little bit about what it means for me to have my own business and run it from my house and in my own time. So time's been a big factor for me. Maybe you're like me, you have a lot going on, you have a family you're raising, and you have a lot of places you're committed to, and time is of the essence, right? We only have so many hours in a day, and we want to give those hours well to our family. I always wanted to be able to care for my children and not have to work outside of the homes per se, when I had a family, because I really wanted to be able to prioritize that. Growing up in a house where my mother and father worked full-time, and I was at daycare and all of those sorts of things. So that was a high priority for me in my life. And with the nature of my husband's work, he's in full-time ministry. We also wanted work that would allow me freedom to pause and give more time to our family and to the ministry that we work for. So this work actually does that beautifully, because I can center all of my work, all of my days, our calendar year around our family's ministry and our family's timetable and vision and values. So if that is something that is really attractive to you, then I want you to keep listening, because this is not something that this work is for anybody. Anybody can do this, but it's not for everybody. You've got to decide, what do you want your business to look like? What is that going to look like for you in terms of hours and time spent and money spent? It is your own business, so it's going to require time and energy and money from you as you pour in and begin it. It's also going to require you having relationships with people and sharing your love for the products you're using and how they're working for your life with those around you. So that's something you want to definitely consider as when you're thinking about doing this as a work opportunity. It takes a lot of hard work. Some late nights, there's a couple late nights in a month. Sometimes it requires travel. That's a really big perk of this work that you get. I just came back from a trip in Utah in the United States, where I was with 900 other leaders in this company, where Young Living paid for the entire trip for us to go see and experience and just be generously loved on, because of all the hard work we've put into building our businesses. So there are many rewards to it outside of the compensation plan, which is incredibly generous, and it is willable income. So I can literally write it into my will, and it will pass on to my children. And I was thinking, even as we get older and retirement comes eventually in the future, this doesn't actually get impacted by any of that, because I can continue to run my own business all the way up until it's time to, do something else, or it's time to go, as it were. So I really love those features, and those were big things for me in starting my own business with Young Living. The reason I started was because I just couldn't imagine not having these products in my home anymore. And when it came to a budget issue in our family, my husband said, well, they work and we love them, but we can't afford them. So if you can, is there a way you can do a business out of this and pay for them? And I said, well, yes, there is. I'm so glad you asked. And that's what started us on our journey to making this a business. And in the beginning, it was very much on the sideline of what we were doing. But as I've gotten more involved and our family's values we've really honed in and narrowed down, and my boys have gotten a little bit older, I want to be able to spend that time with them and not be having to be caught between going to work and not being able to attend sporting events like this one this afternoon. I want to be able to be there. So this, even now, where I'm at as I've grown my business to a what I would call a budget buffer zone. It's given me time with my kids that you can't buy that with income. A normal 9-to-5 job. You really need that from something like this that is residual income that I can count on every month as I support and serve others. And that's another huge part of this business is serving others. I really love that feature that this business offers me. I'm very much of that nature generally. And so this is a great opportunity for me to practice that servant nature. There's a bee, and there's a kid walking with his bag. So if you're thinking about but I don't have all that time to give, as I said in the beginning, I didn't have all that time to give. And there's plenty of women I know who do their business with Young Living, who grow their own businesses in a different way, at different times, at different paces, according to what their life and schedule allows. So it's really up to you. That's a beautiful aspect of this business. It's 100% up to you. So I'm going to toss 3 kind of opportunities your way. I just want you to think about these as you're considering, could this be something I'd want to do? The question is, do you want to get your products paid for? Do you just want to cover the order you place every single month with Young Living? There is no requirement to do that. But if you find, like I did, you're loving these products and they're really working well for your family, maybe this could be something you do continually. So do I want to just get my products paid for and cover my order every single month that I place? Do I want what I was calling the budget buffer? So it creates space in the budget for things like school shoes that I just had to buy again this year at the end of the school year because their shoes are just completely falling apart. Or that I can consider to buy that bike for my son that he really wanted, or make some nicer little things here and there that we can add value to the family, that adds longevity and life to our family. That would be the budget buffer thing. Paying off a school loan, that's a budget buffer thing. That provides buffer in the budget that wasn't previously there because my Young Living salary was able to do that. It actually has helped us pay a car loan down significantly and completely pay it off over time in a faster measure than we would have been able to, because I was able to set aside that money and every single month pay that off, which was huge. Or the third option would be supplementing income into your family. So that one would be the bigger one, the one okay, I'm going for this. I want to really build a solid business. And that's going to require more time and energy. So if you're going just to get your order covered, that's going to require minimal effort from you, I would say. 1 to 2 new kind of families coming in every month. I would say, 2 families coming in every single month that you're welcoming in as you're building your business. If you're looking for a budget buffer, that's a few more families every month, plus a team that you are expanding and growing. But still is not requiring as much time and energy and effort from you. If you're looking to supplement your family's income, just like with any other job, it's going to require more time and energy, but you've built in those systems and structures along the way, so they're not eating at all that time and those boundaries you have set, because you are the boss, you are the boundary setter, and you are the one who calls the shots. So that's just a little bit of my story and a little bit of an insight into what it looks like to run your own business with Young Living. I hope this helps you in your decision making.